As a dropshipper, I saw so many things over the past 8 years. With my brother, we tested every strategy possible, every strategy that existed as a brand new dropshipper. We tested Google ads, we tested TikTok ads, we tested Facebook ads, Pinterest ads. We did it all. Obviously, we have a focus more on what we saw bring the most results for the most people and at the same time for us. But now dropshipping is changing. More than ever, you need to listen to this video. This video is going to change your life. Why? Because the oldest model of dropshipping is not a thing anymore. And let me tell you something. You need to master AI. Yes, but that video is not only about AI, but about high ticket versus low ticket and how we see opportunities in front of our eyes. You need to understand that most people that do drop shipping, they're still stuck in 2020. And what was 2020? Well, I started around that time. Well, a little bit earlier, but around that time in 2020, everybody was doing crappy store that didn't look great, testing a low ticket item from China that is not even a good product. And they were just spam testing a ton of product without thinking, and they will hope they will have a winning product. Over the years, this became better. Why? Because people and dropshippers overall, they weren't able to make money. They weren't able to go and make thousands, if not millions of dollars with the old strategy because people were too smart and they were able to tell from a dropshipping store to a non dropshipping store. And now, Facebook, TikTok, all of those platforms, they know they have a lot of dropshippers. Back in the days, they knew dropshipper were there, but it wasn't that big of a thing. Now they know dropshippers are there. And there's one thing that you need to understand if you're a dropshipper is in a way you're competing with big brands. You're competing with Coca-Cola, or you're competing with Nike. You're competing with everybody. So how can you stand out of, let's say, the group of people, the group of businesses? Because you're like, in a way, you're closer to me than I'm closer to Apple. So how do I stand out and how can I help you stand out? Well, over the years, we saw an increase in the cost of ads, the cost on TikTok, the cost on Facebook, the cost on everything. Obviously, one thing that you need to do before I speak about the cost is master AI. You need AI. You need ChatGPT in order to write your description, and it's free. You need AI, and you need to ask questions to AI. The way that AI works right now is the more information you give them, the smarter they are. But if you only give them a few information or you say general things, it's going to give you general information. So you need to feed that AI. You need to feed that software, that super intelligence. Eventually, you won't even need to feed it, but for now, you need to. So the people that are making the most amount of money is people that know how to use AI in their advantage. And what are those people? Who are those people? The people that speaks a lot with them, that interact a lot with them, that gives them the most amount of information so they can give you a more accurate data, a more accurate product description, a more accurate product pricing, whatever it is. But that's not only the part that I wanted to speak to you about. This is just a surface level. Another thing that you need to do is you need to understand that those platforms are becoming more and more expensive, like I just said. And because they're becoming more expensive, then it's going to become harder for you to make a profit with low ticket items. Obviously, I don't want you to start selling like sofas or things that are worth thousands of dollars. That's not where I'm at. Drop shipping is still alive, it's still strong in 2025, but you need to start selling with a higher profit margin. What is a higher profit margin? Well, back in the days when I started like 7 to 8 years ago, I could be with $15 product profit margin or $20 product profit margin. But now you need a clean 40, a clean 60, a clean 80 in order to compensate with the cost of the ads and the competition. And Let me tell you something. Now, with everything that is happening online with tariffs, with everything that is happening right now with wars and stuff, and the world is uncertain. And the fact that it is uncertain, I like it. Because the most amount of money that I made is when there's blood on the street. And that is a quotation from one of the greatest trader that retired not long time ago. I think his name was Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett is insanely good in order to invest in big companies. He made billions of dollars, and he said, invest when there's blood in the street. And currently, there's a lot of it. So I'm going to invest into using better tools for AI. I'm going to invest into selling more, let's say, better items that people really need and that also have a high perceived value. I'm going to make my store look better. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that everything that I do is 100%. So this way I will crush my competition like there's no tomorrow. And nobody is going to be able to compete with me at the drop shipping level. Obviously, I cannot compete with Apple, but I don't care because we don't sell the same item. As a dropshipper, the leverage that you have is you can sell unique items and turn them off if they don't work. And if they do work, you will sell something unique that makes you thousands of dollars that other big brands are not selling. So you have that on your side. But like I said, you need to master AI. You need to also sell products that have a high perceived value, that look more expensive, and that in a way people would want. And it needs to have some sort of an audience. Every time that I launch a product, I see the person. I see the woman 35 years old that loves to read books. I see the man that is 50 years old that likes to walk in the park, that likes to do light hiking. I see my audience, and this is how I launch my products from now on. I see the audience on the product. I see that it has a high value. I launch it. That's what I do. So if you want to make money in 2025, you need to rewrite yourself. You need to think outside the box. You need to do things differently. But again, I'm not here to scare you. Dropshipping is well alive and easier than ever thanks to AI. You know what I used to do back in the days? I used to hire, because my English is broken, let's be honest. And I used to hire someone to correct my grammatical errors on my website because it wasn't professional enough and it was full of mistakes. But now in 2025, AI can do it in a matter of a second. So you need to use it. And like I said, if you take the AI intelligence that we have right now, you feed it with enough information, you sell a good product, a good quality product that has a high profit margin, there's no way on earth that you won't make money with dropshipping. I've never seen someone that stay consistent and that try to make everything as professional as possible, as good as possible, with a good enough margin that doesn't make it. It's just a matter of time. You will maybe need to test 5, 10, 15, 20 products, but that product that you will hit will change your life completely. So again, I'm telling you, if you want to succeed in 2025, you need to do something that you haven't done before. You need to look professional. You need to stop selling cheap stuff from China that is not worth it. You need to have higher profit margins on your products. You need to use AI. You need to do all of those things. And by doing all of those things, I guarantee you that you will succeed. And again, dropshipping will always change, but I'm still here and it's been 8 years. Obviously, Facebook optimizes, Shopify optimizes, everything becomes in a way more strict, but easier. Strange to say, the payment processor Shopify back in the day was way less strict than it is now. Now it's a little bit more strict, but if you do dropshipping correctly, you don't care about how if it's strict or not. And with AI and with a lot of tools that are, have AI intelligence in it, it will be able to help you with, let's say refunds. It will be able to help you with chargebacks, and you won't have any problem. So yes, companies are getting more strict. Companies are in a way more expensive, but with the help of AI, you can bypass everything and make sure that it's a smooth learning curve for you. So if you want to do dropshipping in 2025, hopefully that you listened to this video more than once and you understood and you take some notes. If you didn't understood, there's nothing wrong about asking me some question down below, because I'm telling you, you're going to be left behind. And people in dropshipping are heartless. Everybody is trying to beat everybody. This is just the world of business. Doesn't matter if you do real estate, if you do crypto, if you do trading, it's everyone against you. But there's a good thing. 99% of people are way too lazy to put the right amount of effort. So you will only battle between the top 10%. And the top 10%, if you're in the top 10%, you're already making money. So that's not a big deal. But obviously, to make more money, then you need, more, and you need to be better. But at least you're making money. So if you want to make money with dropshipping and you want to leave 90% of dropshippers behind and make sure that they're not a competition with you, master AI, sell better quality item, make sure that your branded is good enough. And that's what you would need. So, yeah, guys, this is the video of today. Wish you all an amazing rest of your day. Take care and peace out.